Hi. So it's been a while since you've seen present day Samaya. So, hi, if you're new here, I'm Samaya. This is my channel, Sunny Archives, and it's really a whirlwind roller coaster of my life. So, if you're seeing this setting, you're probably noticing two things. It's different, and also we're seeing the lovely pleather couch again. So quick update. We live in Maryland now. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before, but we used to live in South Carolina, and as of January 3rd, 2025, we live in Maryland. So definitely completely different area, completely different lifestyle. We've already had to shovel snow twice. Hopefully that's it for the rest of the year. Crossing my fingers. And yeah, it's been fun. It's also been stressful, but we're slowly making this house feel like a home. And yeah, just kind of just acclimating to a new environment, new area, new things, and also learning to let go of things that we don't really have anymore due to the new space and new area and all that stuff. But I just wanted to come on here and show my face. Yeah, this is me, present day. We moved on December 23rd, 2024. And then by January 3rd, we got the keys to our home. We're renting this home. And by, I want to say by the 5th or the 6th, we were able to actually spend a night here. So, yeah, but prior to that, when we first came up on the 23rd, we actually made it here on the 24th since we started driving on the 23rd, and it was all three of us. It was me, my husband, and baby boy. So we split that 8 hour drive in half and stopped somewhere, I believe, maybe at the bottom of Virginia or something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, we made it here on Christmas Eve and we spent time with my mom. That's where we stayed while we were looking for somewhere to live. And we came across this home. We loved it. The location to my job is great. The location to my mom's is great. The overall location is really nice. It's really quiet. It's not in the city. That was like our main thing, is to not be in the city. And yeah, I love it. So, what else? Yeah, we got the keys on January 3rd, and we've just been living life here ever since. Um, yeah. So, other than that, baby boy is still baby boy. Sebastian is still Sebastian. Hubby is still hubby, and I'm still me. So, but in terms of reading, what have I read lately? This series has had me in a chokehold. Okay. So, this is the Mead Mishap series by Kimberly Lemming. I did get this series from Target, but this was last year. I remember going throughout the store and I wasn't even going for books that day. Like, I'm pretty sure because the last video I just posted had to do with our cruise that we went on. And that was the last time I was in Target. And I wasn't shopping for books, I was shopping for clothes and other things for the cruise. And I couldn't help myself. I was like, might as well see what's in the book section. And I remember seeing this series and I was like, Black Girl Fantasy by a Black girl? Okay. And I picked it up. I'm so glad I did. Literally every book. I love when I feel like when it comes to the type of reader I am, I really do feel like I'm a series girl. Like, if I have access to all of the books, and even if I don't, I'm just like wanting to get the rest of the series. It's like I can't not know what happens in the rest of the series. This series, oh, like if I could rewind and not know what goes on this series and read it again, I'd read it again. And not that that means I won't ever read it again, but I just love this so much. Like, I've already known that I love romance and I love fantasy, but I feel like I'm like a big hardcore romantasy girl. Like, I love the worlds that people build, and I love shifters. I love people that like have different characteristics of different creatures or animals or stuff like that, or when they deal with magic or when they deal with like magical realism if it isn't like heavily magic based or whatever, but this is definitely like magic based and definitely like full on fantasy because you got dragon humanoid type people, you got werewolves. It's just, you got orcs, like it's just so good. And on top of that, all the main female characters from each book are black girls. And just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I love that it's based in medieval times, but the conversation is very much modern. It's very much urban, if that makes any sense. So it's just really good. If you're someone that enjoys romance and you enjoy fantasy, and you just want like an easy, quick read, I do feel like these are quick reads because I'm pretty sure all of these books I finished within 2 days. I don't like to really say a day because technically I start it one day and I finish it the next, but sometimes it may be like technically like 2 or 3 days. But it's one of those books that if you're not doing anything over the weekend but reading, you could finish this one Friday, one Saturday, one Sunday. Like, it's just, they're just, to me, they're just that good. Like, I really ate through them. So the next book I'm trying to get into now, and I need to read it before I get into a book slump, because what happens when I finish series like this, it's like I feel like nothing else I read is like kind of gonna live up to it. So sorry, I don't know what's going on with my throat. But I'm trying to get into, I think it's called Fated Mates. It's another fantasy series by a black author, and I'm just struggling to get into it. Not so much because of the story in and of itself, but when I'm just like so ingrained into a world, like a book world. I don't know why my husband is like this. But yeah, it's just hard to get my mindset out of like the world that I just involved myself in. Like, I feel like nothing is just going to give me this feel. And I know that's not true, but I don't know. I just, that's what happens when I really, really get into books. I need to hurry up and read the next book because I keep dwelling on the books that I just loved, that it's hard for me to get into the next book. Cause I guess it's like a slight fear of being disappointed and not falling in love with them as much as I fell in love with these books. So, but the next book I'm trying to get into is Dating Dr. Dill, and I'm pretty sure I'm remembering that title right, but again, I'll put it here or down there. And it's another romance, so I know that I won't hate it. It's just, but yeah, so those are the two books I'm trying to get into reading now. I still have a lot more books that I have yet to read, and so I don't really have a need to go book shopping. Why are you like this? um yeah, I really, really enjoyed this series, and I, I think I need to look into other books by this author, but I don't want to get, like I said, I don't want to get too deep into looking into new books because I do have a good amount of books that I can get through. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. Yeah, if you're here, thanks for being here. You're really cool. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Hi guys. Yeah. I don't remember how. Actually, I'm gonna take off my car. Put down these windows. So I don't remember how long ago my last clip was, but yeah, today is Tuesday, March 18th. I just got out of the library. This is my first time visiting our library here in Maryland, our local library. And yeah, it was just really exciting. You know, I couldn't help myself. I just went to print something and to also
get my physical library card. However, you know, I couldn't help myself. I definitely got 6 books, and yeah, it's a nice cute little library. There's 3 floors to it, but I don't think there's any books on the 3rd floor. Well, I'm not sure. I didn't go up to the 3rd floor. I didn't even know what the system was when I got in there. There's an elevator and there's stairs, and yeah, so the only thing that I'm spoiled because my library back at home in South Carolina, you get a lot of printing for free, and none of the printing here is free, and for 1 page it's 20 cents. So I mean, that's all I needed anyway, but I just think about the times that I've printed so much at that other library. Like, I think I could get 10 each black and color copies for free before they start charging. So technically in total you get 20 like pages free, and then I think after that it was only like 10 cents a copy, I mean 10 cents a page regardless of color. So spoiled in that aspect. So I probably will be investing in a printer, but for now don't really have a major need for it, because what I needed to print was I have to print a return label, but I haven't really been needing to print anything, and if I have, it's been work related, so I can print that at work. But anyways, yeah, so it's very hot. It's been getting warmer. It's like, it's chilly because the wind is blowing, but like it's warm enough now where the car is hot when you get into the car. Like, no longer am I getting into a cold car unless it's early in the morning when I'm heading to work. But anyways, I am about to head to the UPS store so I can go ahead and ship this return. I ordered these really cute platform loafers from Doc Martens, and they're too big. Like, I was so excited for them. I put them on. I got them in a size 9 women. And the Docs I'm wearing right now, I'm wearing these like basic like white low boot, just slip-on boot Doc Martens, and that's in a 9 women, and they fit perfectly. Like, they fit, like I can push my toes forward and feel like where it stops. But yeah, so they're way too big. So I guess if I'm getting platform shoes, like short, what am I trying to say? I guess if I'm getting low top platform shoes from Doc Martens, to expect them to run big. And in the grand scheme of things, processing a return isn't a big deal, but I just think about like when I've been so excited to get something, you know what I mean? And of course it takes even longer for it to get to them and them to actually process your return. So knowing me, I'm probably, even though I'm not going to get the money back right away, I'm definitely going to order the size down right away. And just yeah, because I know eventually they're going to give me my money back anyway. What also sucks is that they want to take $7 off for shipping, which is crazy because I didn't pay for shipping. So I don't know, but it is what it is. Anyways, that's where I'm heading now, is to the UPS store. And yeah, maybe after I do that, we can chat a little bit about the books I got. But I do want to move from this area because it's hot. I'm probably gonna have to take off my jacket because I'm just going in and out of stores. I'm not really like, I'm not really chilling outside, but the library is right across the street from the beach. I mean, really all along in this town that we live in, it's really all a beach. Like, we literally live 4 minutes away from the beach, and this library is like 8 minutes from where we live. But yeah, it's like right across from the beach, and I'm just so excited because this weekend I think I'm going to make it my business to come to the library, because there's a whole bunch of benches and everything. I'm gonna make it my business to come to the library. And oh my goodness, I'm also seeing that they have outdoor seating. Like, I didn't even notice that they literally have outdoor seating. So yeah, that's just so exciting. They have like balconies. I don't know if the upstairs one is also a balcony you can sit on. I can't really, from this angle, I can't really see if there's seating up there. But I would assume so. That would be kind of crazy if they didn't have one up there too. But yeah, I'm excited to discover more of this library. It's not far at all, unlike when my husband and I moved to the second spot that when we were living in my mom's house, how we were farther away from a library, but I was still going to the one from our old town, so I was driving like 30 minutes out. But what's nice about this one is it's only 8 minutes away, so it gives me the same feel of where we originally lived in Columbia, South Carolina, how that library was also like only like 10 minutes away. And then this is even also awesome because, like I said, it's right by the beach, so I can come and go for a walk or sit on the beach and read. Like, I'm just so excited to experience warmer weather in this area, and just see it change. And who knows, maybe we'll like Maryland and continue to live in this area of Maryland, because Maryland is cool, but I really like living near the beach. I'm probably gonna be annoyed when it becomes much warmer, because we are in a kind of touristy area, but it's not touristy like Atlanta. It's like, think about those small beach towns, you know what I mean? So, but anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. We're gonna head to the UPS store, and then we're going to I don't know, I'm like thinking, I'm like, I don't know, I'm not that confident yet of like recording in public. Like, this is already a lot for me, like having my windows down, recording in my car where people are also sitting in their car and probably looking at me like I'm crazy. But I also need to get to a point where it's like, I don't care. Like, I want to get to that point where it's like, I don't care, I'm just gonna do me. So anyways, I'm gonna go to the UPS store because I want to make sure I get this shipped out, so I don't forget about it and don't like drag it on, because knowing me, if it does not get done today, it will get dragged on, and I hate when I do that. So I'm gonna go. I finally came to the library. I was letting that drag on. I don't know, lately it's like, especially when I'm in a new area, it's like I feel kind of tentative to do certain. Oh my gosh, I just confirmed there is seating on the 3rd level because I see a lady's head like popping over the balcony. Oh, that's so exciting. So yeah, that's definitely something that I will want to check out. But anyways, yeah, I think I was just talking about how I don't always feel confident to do certain things in new areas. Like, it takes me to be like, okay, I'm just gonna do it, you know what I mean? Just immerse myself, you know? So, but yeah. But anyways, we're gonna go to the UPS store, and then we're gonna look at all the books that I just got, and we're also gonna ask, and then when we get home, I just bought books yesterday. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next clip.
Another package that came in today are my Bath and Body Works candles. And I was 2 days ago years old when I like discovered or figured out that White Barn and Bath and Body Works are the same company. I've never ordered candles from Bath and Body Works. I just know I just love candles, and I wanted to get a stock of good candles. But anyways, these are the scents I got. So this is a classic mahogany teak wood, iced lemon pound cake. Designs are really cute. Like, it's so girly and whimsical. This is by far one of my favorite scents out of all the ones that I got. This is Laundry Day. Obviously, you guys know I love to read. And so I figured, you know, a candle called Book Loft would be good. And it's not, and first of all, it's really pretty. I like the design. And it's not that it smells bad. It's actually quite strong. It's just not the scent I was expecting for something called Book Loft. And the thing is, I really didn't, it's weird. You know, when you don't have expectations, but you have high expectations of no expectations, if that makes any sense. And so, yeah, basically the candle didn't meet my unstated expectations. But it's not a bad scent. So this one is the aromatherapy line, and this is the eucalyptus and spearmint for stress relief. This next one, oh, this is probably my second favorite scent. I love this one. So this is the Disney line, and of course it's in Tiana. I love the color, and I also love Princess Tiana. No, baby. And it genuinely smells really good. So yeah, that and Laundry Day are my favorites by far. So this one is also nice. This smells like a store that I've been in. This is Sweet Orange and Agave. And if you guys are near a pop shelf or have been to a pop shelf, I feel like that's the scent that they're blasting through the store. Like, anytime I've walked into a pop shelf, it just smells really fruity and bright and clean. And this gives fruity, bright, and clean. So I feel like that's like my third favorite. I feel like my first favorite is Laundry Day, then Tiana, then the Orange Agave. Lastly, we have the raspberries and whipped vanilla. And this one is like, it's kind of meant to me. You know, when you smell certain candles and you can smell the wax, if that makes any sense. So I'm interested
to see how this smells when it burns. Because I've had candles that you smell the wax, but when it's burning, it's not like you're constantly smelling wax. But I've also had cheap candles where when you burn it, you're not smelling burning wax like how it smells when you blow out the wick, but you're always smelling a waxy smell, if that makes any sense. So those are my 8 candles. I'm gonna go ahead and put these away because my son keeps trying to get into them. So yeah, I have this little section in the cabinet right there that I have all my incense, and basically it's my husband's headache shelf because I love to burn incense. I love air fresheners, candles, perfumes. I love anything that smells good. Don't get me wrong, I definitely do be giving myself headaches, but sometimes sometimes I feel like it's worth it because I like a place that smells good. And it's not like our place smells bad without it, but I just like to walk into my house or walk into a room and it smells like something, you know? So, but yeah, but I am mindful of our dog, of our baby, of my husband, and of my own nostrils and everything. We just got Amazon delivery. Okay. Anyways, sorry. I was looking because I've never seen this before, but I heard something dragging and I knew somebody was coming up the steps, but he was using this like tote bag thing to drag all the stuff to the door. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna put these candles away and I need to stop smelling stuff. And they're strong, like I'm smelling them outside of even when I got the box, like as soon as I opened the box, it was like, whew, and I feel like I smelt it through the box even before I cracked the box open. So anyways, I'm gonna put these away so that my head can stop. Yeah. Okay, next up, we are going to, okay, so next up, we are going to go through books. So first, I wanted to go through the books that I bought yesterday. So me and baby boy went to Books a Million. I wanted to pick up Good Dirt by Charmaine Wilkerson, and I'll put them right here. But I read Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson, and I really loved it. And I actually saw Black Cake at the library today. I didn't see it at the bookstore. But I didn't even see Black Cake either. I didn't see anything by Charmaine Wilkerson. I don't know if I was just not looking in the right spot or maybe they just didn't have it. But yeah, so I wanted to get Good Dirt because I've heard good things about it, no pun intended. Another book I also wanted to, well, I actually went to get a trilogy, and that was by, I think her name is Shanora Williams, and it's the Tethered Souls trilogy. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I'll put both of them right here. And so I couldn't find either of those, but it's okay because I got 4 out of the 6. Well, technically, in total, it's probably going to be like 7 or 8 books, but in terms of like grouping things in together as series, because I got a duology. In total, I wanted to get a duology, a trilogy, and then 3 books, 3 separate books. So that would have been 2, 5. That would have been 8 books total. But it was 5. In my girl reader math, I told myself it was 5 items. So, anyways, these are the books I got. Oh. Yeah, mommy's going through the books. Okay, I'm sorry if the audio is changing. I'm just trying to be a mom. So, yeah, you want your car? Anyway, I told you guys how much I loved the series by Kimberly Lemming, the Need Mishap series, and so of course I looked at her other works, and now he has the tripod. Okay, had to change the angles because I have a toddler and he wanted to be involved.
I told you guys how much I love the Meat and Mishap series by Kimberly Lemming. So, of course, I looked up her other works, like things that were similar to, because she has a lot of books, but I was looking for things that she wrote that were similar to the Mead Mishap series. And so I picked up this, which was I got abducted by aliens and now I'm trapped in a rom com. And yeah, lions and dinosaurs and sexy aliens. Oh my. So, yeah, apparently the main character, um, there's some sort of invasion and she's saved by an alien and then they have to go to another planet and then she falls in love with another alien, like two different types of aliens. I don't know. Like, so it's like a love triangle and I guess they're trying to figure it out. I don't know. But same thing with the Meads and Mishap series. You had people falling in love with werewolves and dragon shifters and all the kinds of things. So this is a book that I've had on my TBR for quite a while. I'm pretty sure either last year or the year before I put it on my February TBR for Black History Month because I read, obviously I read books by Black authors and authors of color all the time, but throughout the month of February I try to focus only on books by Black authors, just to do my little part in boosting their numbers or whatever have you. Anyways, this was something that I had saved on Libby. And I was like, you know what? Like, if I see it in person, because sometimes I debate with myself, I'm like, if I have something on Kindle Unlimited or on Prime Reading, I'm like, do I need to get it in person because it is available? But I mean, like, if I do that for everything, I'm not going to be building up my library. So I might as well build up my library. You know what I mean? So, and it's not like I paid for those things individually. Like, I don't think I would ever buy a book on Kindle Unlimited. On Kindle or what am I trying to say? I don't think I would ever buy a book digitally and also buy it in hard copy. Like, if I have it digitally, it's most likely because I have it through Libby or I already, like, it's on Kindle Unlimited or it's a Prime Reading thing, like something that is not an extra thing coming out of pocket. Obviously, Kindle Unlimited is a monthly subscription, but like, I'm not making two separate purchases for the same book. Like, that's just, I'm not that dedicated. So, and I just feel like it's not necessary. So anyways, this is called I Feed Her to the Beast and the Beast is Me. I love this cover. And the texture is really cool. Like, it's, you can probably see it, but she's glossy and then the background is like matte. It's really cool. So she's a dancer and I think she sells her soul or signs a deal with somebody, some evil something. I picked up Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows because I've heard a great many things about this series by multiple, honestly, just out of all the YouTubers I watch, I feel like with this duology, I've been hearing it multiple times that it's a good duology. So I picked up those. I'm really excited about it. So yeah, those are the 4 books that I got from Bam yesterday with Baby Boy. And I'm really excited. So, but anyways, I will be back. I'm going to go ahead and tend to Baby Boy and do some things and we'll resume this haul because I still got to show you guys my library books and then I want to get into the 2 books that I've been reading, one on my Kindle and then my hard copy book. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. So it is currently very late. It is 12:01 and I have to wake up in 5 hours, but it's okay cuz I'm usually up pretty late the night before I go to work. I have a 2 on, 2 off schedule and then sliding weekends. So this week I got off of work Monday, had off Monday, Tuesday, and so I go back to work Wednesday, Thursday, and then I have off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's no biggie. I'm usually tired on the first day of work, but that's why I make sure to have Alani's, and I recently picked up 2 yerba mates from the gas station. But what I need to start doing is bringing one home with me when I am off duty. That way I have it for the drive to work. Like that's something that I don't remember cuz I'm not a regular energy drinker. It's really just for moments like if I'm struggling to stay up while driving, or if it's just like a day I'm really tired and I just need something to keep me going until I can be off the clock and a little bit more lax with, being tired or whatever. But anyways, we have Happy Endings by Tien Kim Lam. I think she's Vietnamese. Yes. So, but it's really cute, and it's this love story. Apparently they were exes, and or they are exes, and they meet each other in a certain way. Like I think they meet each other in the city that they first knew each other, and it wasn't expected or whatever. But it's and then also she has a adult, how do I say it? She has an adult entertainment item shop. If you get what I'm putting down. And I don't know if he's a baker or I don't know, but they have completely different um professions. And it's not only about their love story, like, well, their unlove and their love story, it's also about her and her culture and like overcoming the expectations of her family, like culturally and historically, like what they expect of their children and of people to become when they're adults and what they want them to do in their career, and basically her trying to prove them wrong and showing that she can have a lucrative career and be successful in what she enjoys doing. So yeah, as soon I wasn't that's something I was not planning to pick up. I was not planning to pick up any books at the library. I say that, but at the same time, I was always going to pick up books when I went to the library. So, but yeah. Now, these next 2 books are the second and third books of the series that I started back in South Carolina. If you guys remember, I read a Love Discovered, which is number 1 of the Heart of Cheyenne series by Tracy Peterson. So, what I ended up seeing was a Truth Revealed, and I saw it and I automatically knew that it was a part of the Heart of Cheyenne series, but I couldn't remember if it was the second or third book. And obviously I could not see that tiny 3 that's well, I don't know if you guys can see it either, but I could not see that tiny 3 that's at the bottom. So but I saw this and then I went to their database to see if they had the second book, because I don't like getting, like, even though I'm pretty sure it's a standalone series, just in my brain, the way my brain works is like I don't want to read it out of order. Yeah, so I got the next 2 books in these series. I don't know for sure what they're about. I just know that they all have the same like surfacing story of the town of Cheyenne and how it came to be and people falling in love, and it's closed door romance. It's back in that time, so people waiting for marriage and people doing things by the book. Like it's just very wholesome. And yeah, I think I've already shared before that of course I love romance, I love fantasy, but I also do enjoy historical fiction, and it's also nice to have historical fiction romance or historical romance fiction or however you want to say that. So yeah, this book caught my eye. This book is called The Courting of Bristol Keats by Mary E. Pearson. And this is a thick mama. Look at that. That's a thick mama. That's about an inch and a half width. And let's see how big the words are. Oh, these words are tiny. These words are tiny, but it just from opening it up, I'm seeing dialogue. So it's pretty broken up. Um, Not too bad, but I'm excited. I haven't read a thick book in a while, and I do enjoy delving into thick books. Like there's a certain type of like self-reward I feel from finishing big books, especially when I'm like into them. So, but I think it's one of those things where it's kind of enemies to lovers. Um yeah. So the next one is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. This, I'm sure you guys know about this book. If you don't know about this book, now you know about this book. But I've heard a lot of great things about this. This came out, when did this come out? I know it's not new, but it's one of those books that just continuously is being talked about. Yeah, so the first edition was June 2021. So recent, but not that recent. But yeah, I've always wanted to read this. And then last but not least, I couldn't, so I saw the name of this when I checked out the book, because when you scan it, um it shows the name, but I think I purposely, like, my brain already knew that I wanted to forget it. But this is the blind date with a book. I love when libraries do this, or I just love, I've never experienced blind date with a book at a store. But I did it at my home library. Ugh, I need to go to sleep. um Blind date with a book. Love, I just love the simple like paperback stuff, because I could see myself hosting something like a book gathering or whatever, and we do blind date with a book. That would be really cool. And just doing simple, or if everybody brought with them a blind date with a book that they like already wrapped and decorated or whatever themselves. So, but this says vampires and witches turned into a TV show, equal parts history and magic, contemporary and sensual. So when I saw vampire and witches and then turned into a TV show, I automatically thought Vampire Diaries. Anyways, that's what's written on here. Let's see what this is. Try to slide it out neatly. A Discovery of Witches. Why does that sound familiar? Probably because it was turned into a TV show, but I don't think I've ever seen this. Oh, this is going to be awesome, because I love when I read a book and I love when a book is a movie and I read the book before the movie. I know some people probably feel opposite, or some people don't like when books become movies because it could be a huge letdown. But I try to go into it knowing that the movie is probably majority of the time not going to be very close to the book, or it's close enough, but there would be some things that are missing. Um, but I'm excited to read this. This is another thick mama. I'm excited to read this, and then what you call it, watch the TV show. Like, that would be so cool, because I know there's some recent romance books that were turned into movies or TV shows. I think one was by Colleen Hoover. It starts with us or it ends with us or something like that. And I can see the two books now. One is pink, one is blue, and it's just the title of the book in big letters, and then it's like flowers or whatever. Put it right there. But I'm pretty sure the first book in that series was turned into a movie. And then what's another book that was turned into, obviously a lot of books have been, but there was another recent book that was turned into a movie. It's escaping me. Anyways, I'm excited to get into this. And I think there's something, like, obviously I enjoy buying books and getting new books or whatever, but there's something about going to a library. It's just, I don't know. It just, like I said, I do enjoy getting new books and things that recently come out, and newer, younger authors and all that good stuff. But it's also nice to read books that came out, like, when was this copyright in? 2011. So we're in 2025. Yeah. So carry the one, flip the four. 14 years ago. No, I'm kidding. 14 years ago. That's crazy. Over a decade ago. And this became a TV show. I wonder how soon after this came out. Like, maybe, I'm assuming within the next 3 years after this book came out, it was turned into a TV show. or probably more like within the next 5 years. But I'm excited to see, like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I didn't want to get too deep into the other ones, but I do want to read the blurb for this one. Deep in the heart of Oxford's Bodleian Library, I don't know if I'm saying Bodleian right, scholar Diana Bishop requests a manuscript called Ashmole 782 in the course of her research. Coming from an old and distinguished lineage of witches, Diana senses that the ancient book might be bound up with magic, but she herself wants nothing to do with sorcery. And after making a few notes on its curious images, she banishes it quickly back to the stacks. But what she doesn't know is that the old alchemical text has been lost for centuries, and its sudden appearance has set a fantastical underworld stirring. Soon, a distracting horde of demons, witches, and vampires descends upon the Bodleians' reading rooms. One of these creatures is Matthew Claremont, an enigmatic and eminent geneticist. Say that 5 times fast. Practitioner of yoga and wine connoisseur, and also a vampire with a keen interest in Ashmole 782. Equal parts history and magic, romance and suspense, A Discovery of Witches is a novel of epic scope, traveling from the cobbled streets of Oxford to the Chatus. I need to go to sleep. I know how to read. I'm an educated woman. No, in God's name, I did not just say chatties. I didn't even say chatties. I said chatties, chattes, chateaus, bruh. Chat. I need to go to sleep. A Discovery of Witches is a novel of epic scope, traveling from the cobbled streets of Oxford to the chateaus and mountains of the Auvergne. It's a French word. To a small town in upstate New York. It also takes us into a rich 1500-year history that spans Clovis and the Crusades, the Knights Templar, and the American Revolution. As Matthew and Diana's alliance deepens into intimacy, Diana must come to terms with age-old taboos and her own family's conflicted history, and she must learn where the modern woman she is meets the source of ancient power that is her legacy. With the scholar's depth and the touch of a great storyteller, Deborah Harkness has woven a tale. I go to sleep. Deborah Harkness has woven a tale of passion and obsession, the collision of magic, alchemy, and science, and the closely guarded secrets of an enchanted world. This is only book 1. Oh my goodness. Am I about to get into another series? I'm about to get into another series. Oh my gosh. Let me go ahead and talk about the book that I'm trying to finish, that I need to finish. This is called The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. But yeah, really enjoying this. I remember what caught me about this book is that the cover is really cute, but she's in a yellow dress and she's a woman of color. I'm pretty sure I said those exact same things whenever I made a clip about first purchasing or introducing this book. But I'm currently on page 262, which is chapter 25, and I'm really enjoying this. I don't want to give any spoilers, but I love books that have just a little bit of spice when it comes to different aspects. So the fantasy, the magical realism, the romance, the adventure, the mystery, the suspense. I feel like this book has just a little spice of every one of those facets, and I really enjoy it. I feel like it really makes it an interesting read. It's one of those things, like, the way I can explain is like, you know how you have books where it's just like bang bang boom bah, bah. Not necessarily action, but with like just high climax things, whether it's somebody in relationship with somebody or somebody in their life, like major things happening, whether on the positive or negative end of the spectrum, or literal action, like somebody flying off a cliff and then turning into a bat, and then, you know what I mean, like books that is just like high emotion every chapter. There's also books like this where it's just enough of everything where it doesn't over excite you, but it keeps you excited enough that you keep reading, like you can't put it down. Like, I don't know how to explain that. Because I've read books like that where it's high climax always happening, and so it keeps me reading. But also books like this where it's like it's just very comforting, and it's, I don't know, it's just warm and cozy, but there's also some suspense and thriller. You're like, you keep it in the back of your head, but it's not the main part of the story, but it also is the main part of the story, but it's underlying main part of the story. Anyways, I'm going to move my body to the bathroom to commence with getting my all right, y'all. We're back. Today is Saturday, March 22nd, which is crazy. This year is flying by. At least this first quarter of the year is just, it was just New Year's. It's you know, like it's just crazy. Like we just moved to Maryland and now we've been here for like 3 going on 4 months. So but anyways, I don't want to ramble too much right now because I want to go ahead and do my workout. I'm really excited because I got these new dumbbells from, sorry, I'm trying to like move these boxes out of the way. I need to take them outside, but I just get so lazy when it comes to breaking down boxes. Like it's a whole thing. So let's see, what do I need? Also, I want to show you guys this. Sorry, I'm like all over the place. I got the cutest incense holder tray from Amazon. It's like this little mushroom thing. And it is so adorable. Look at this holder. It is so cute. Wait, it's not focusing. It's not focusing. Come on. Isn't this so adorable? So there's like a hole right here to put the stick incense in. But my qualm with that is that it's not a very deep hole. And obviously, usually incense sticks are like at least 10 inches, if not like a foot long. So I don't know. I think it's perfect for these little cones because I literally just sit them up here. Ooh, not me about to burn my finger. And boop. Yeah, I don't know if I finished my thought earlier about my new workout equipment, but I got these dumbbells from Amazon and they're really nice because they go from 2 to 8 pounds. So without these extra pieces, so these pieces are like twisty magnetic type pieces. So when you take off all the pieces, the weight by itself is 2 pounds, and then each of the pieces is worth half a pound. So go 2, then you add 1 on each side, 3, 4, 5. So you get a total of 10 pounds between the two of these when everything is loaded up. Now I'm really actually trying to start and I can't find the remote. I am tired. Oh gosh, I can't believe that was only 25 minutes. Ooh. But I really enjoyed that video. It was walk, Pilates, dance, weights, hit, kickboxing, and dance. And so now I'm gonna find an Ariana Elizabeth video to kind of like cool down and stretch my body properly because Grow with Joe always does a cool down where she's like stretching or whatever, but I like to do like a nice deep stretch, and Ariana's perfect for that. So yeah. I'm fresh and clean out of the shower. I put on baby boy is here as you can hear. But yeah. So I put on a cute outfit just cause why not? Do I have plans to go anywhere? No, not really. But yeah. And no, this is not a shoe wearing household. These are brand new and I'm trying to kind of break them in. So they've never seen outside floors. But yeah, this is my outfit. I got this shirt last year from Target. I got this skirt from Marshalls. And these are my Doc Martens. These are the loafers, the tassel loafers, things like
Adrian. Yeah, these are the Adrian tassel loafers. And if you get these and the Mary Janes, these like, because I got the platform loafers and I got the platform Mary Janes, I would size up. Yeah, because I ordered these in a 9 at first and they were way too big. Like, they felt like I was wearing my husband's shoes, honestly. They were that big. And these are actually still kind of big. Like, when I walk, the heel flips up, but it's definitely not as bad as it was when I had the 9 in women. So I just sized down a whole size. And this is why you need to read reviews, because the reviews definitely said that they had to size down a whole size. So anyways, now I have them. So yeah, just wearing these with some cute socks from Amazon. They have like little sunflowers on the side of them. And yeah, my skirt and my shirt. But anyways, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go ahead and make something. Hopefully this smoked salmon hasn't gone bad. I don't know, because I'm not home every day and I go away to work, I don't always remember what I have. And I don't often take things from home to work to eat because I grocery shop at work and keep that food at work. So yeah, if it's something that said isn't really eating, or it's either if he doesn't like it or if he's just not eating a lot at the moment, like, it'll go to waste if I don't remember it. So I'm gonna go ahead and make something to eat. I feel so cute. This skirt is so comfortable. I got this in a size medium. I'm pretty sure this shirt is also a medium. Yeah, if you guys like these socks, I'll link them down below. And I just feel so cute. I feel like just a girl. So yeah, anyways. Yeah, bud. Really? He loves the back patio. Like, both him and Sebastian will just walk out there. Like, whenever the weather's agreeable, of course. Like, I don't have the door open when it's like freezing outside, but him and Sebastian love going outside and getting some fresh air. And again, I love that back porch is fully closed in and doesn't have any access from outside, because he can freely go in and outside, and sometimes he'll bring toys out there. That's my only concern, is that I feel like sometimes he may get the urge to just drop something through the banister one day, but so far that hasn't happened. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I have to always do a slight cleanup in the kitchen, because it's nothing major, but I just like to have a clean workspace in life, not just the kitchen. So it makes me feel better that I just dusted off and wiped the counters. And now I'm gonna see if I need to empty this drain, and I actually need to clean the sink, but that's a later problem. I'll do that later. Now I need to see and cross my fingers that this smoked salmon is still good. I would be sad if it's not. Let's see. I don't really see an expiration date on here. Okay, it says 4/25. They both say 4/25, I'm pretty sure. Haha! We're gonna have salmon. So I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with those. Honestly, I'm gonna put the fresh pack back in the fridge. Ooh, maybe I should make like a sushi. Honestly, I think I want to make a wrap. Would that be weird? A wrap with eggs and salmon? I don't know. I'm just refilling my egg carton right now. Literally only 2 lone eggs in here. Sriracha, mayo, cucumber, no avocado, but I also have seaweed. I got these like little packs of seaweed from maybe it was Weiss. I'm not really sure. And then I think I'll just scramble the egg for some extra protein, because why not? I don't know if egg is typically in sushi. I've never had egg in sushi, but it is what it is. So let's see.
This is my sushi inspired lunch wrap. Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is actually quite good. Not that I was like expecting it to be bad, but you know, whenever you have something new that you're just like throwing together, you don't know it's gonna be good, but this is good. Eat, eat. Ready to eat? I just want to record. Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. 4 stars. Really enjoyed this book. I feel like the climactic happenings were produced in a very calm and cozy sort of way, like I said before. But it was enough to still keep you interested. Like it wasn't so climactic that you felt like every single page was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, like high energy, high energy, high energy. But at the same time, it's not like it was so docile to the point where you didn't want to continue the story or you didn't want to see how it was going to develop, or that you got bored. I mean, that's how I feel about it. I definitely didn't get bored. Um, yeah, I really enjoyed this story. It would be cool to see more of this story. Like, if this was a series, I definitely would read it. Um, but I just don't know how much of it they could really like expand into more of a story. I mean, authors can do whatever they want, so they could pull in completely different characters and new happenings into another book. But in terms of what goes on in this book, I can't see how much of it that would actually make sense to drag into another book. But yeah, really enjoyed this. So the book that I chose to start reading next was one of the library books that I picked up, which is The Courting of Bristol Keats. Yeah, so I guess I'll read you guys the blurb. Wait, I think I already read you guys this blurb. No, I read the blurb of Discovery of Witches. So this is The Courting of Bristol Keats by Mary E. Pearson. Dangerous Fae, dark secrets, addictive romance. After losing both their parents, Bristol Keats and her sisters struggled to stay afloat in their small, quiet town of Bowskeep. When Bristol begins to receive letters from an aunt she's never heard of who promises she can help, she reluctantly agrees to meet and discovers that everything she thought she knew about her family is a lie. Her father might even still be alive, not killed but kidnapped by terrifying creatures and taken to a whole other realm, the one he is from. Desperate to save her father and find the truth, Bristol journeys to a land of gods and fae and monsters. Pulled into a dangerous world of magic and intrigue, she makes a deadly bargain with the Fae leader, Tygan. But what she doesn't know is that he's the one who drove her parents to live a life on the run, and he is just as determined as she is to find her father, dead or alive. Dun dun dun. So I haven't made it very far in this book. What you got? Oh, he just has my chapstick. Hopefully he doesn't throw it over the patio. But yeah, I do want to try to get more into this book. At least try to make it to page 100, which is probably quite ambitious. Yay, can I have? Thank you. Thank you. Ooh. This is mine bug. Hello. It doesn't go in your ears soon. Can I get it back? You gotta flip it around. You want me to do it? Hey guys, I'm back. Don't really know how long it's been, but anyways, I got a package. Oh! Yes, I've crossed over into the dark side. Well, it's not that dark, but yeah, I've always wanted to get a book of the month subscription, so I wanted to go ahead and open this up with you guys. Let's go ahead and. Ooh, so excited. So the book that I chose for the month of March is Wild Dark Shore, a novel by Charlotte McConaughey. Not sure how you say that. But yeah, this is the book of the month's cover. And I look forward to having, like, when I watch people like KK or also known as Where's My Library Card on YouTube and Instagram as well, or Kalila D, but or just really anybody that has books of the month subscriptions. I love seeing their shelf and seeing the section of just like all of BTM books. And so yeah, I'm curious to see what the book itself looks like, because I know they make so that's crazy. I know they had like their own custom covers. I did not know that the books were custom to book of the month as well, because it's embossed with, it has like a gold embossment. A book of the month, it says March 2025. That's so cool. So basically all of these are like a memory. And you gotta love that they put the actual price of the book, which is $28.99 USD, so that you can feel less guilty about the money you spend on even more books. So yeah, I'm excited. This is another book that I wanted to get, but this was from last year. They have this nice card in there. I've never gotten a book of the month box, and I don't think I've ever watched somebody open it, so I don't know exactly what's in here. I just know you get a box with the book. But they have a bookmark. I need to start a bookmark collection. I also would love to this is so cute, don't leave me in here. I would also love to like make my own bookmarks, but I need to take one thing at a time. Oh, they show all of the book of the year winners. This is so cool. So The God of the Wiz was last year, Yours Truly was 2023, and 2022 was Tomorrow and Tomorrow. That's really cool. Circe. Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned on here, but Circe is one of my favorite reads. I read Circe in 2020. I think that's when because it was during my internship after I graduated college, but that's when I read Circe, and that book won Book of the Year in 2018, which is so cool. I haven't read any of these other books that are on that list though, other than Circe. And yeah, I haven't read any of the other books. That's really cool. For the avid and occasional. The books you've been looking for, the books you haven't been looking for. This is really cool. It's showing like all the fiction over a century, like what the best fiction was over the last century. But yeah, I totally forgot about. Well, I didn't forget because I remember seeing the email when they told me that it was delivered. But if it's something from Amazon, FedEx, or UPS, like companies that have their own trucks, then I'll more often than not I'll get it on my front doorstep. But if any of those companies or if any other companies that I order from online use USPS, if it's a small enough package, it'll go in our mailbox. And like the area we live in has communal mailboxes. So like each street has like a set of like just like a not actual mailboxes like you see with the red flag or anything like that, but like just a box of different compartments, and then obviously the numbers pertain to different houses or whatever. So oops, sorry. But yeah, depending on how big the package is and if it's small enough and if it hasn't come with a lot of other things, they'll just put it into the mailbox, which is pretty cool because we live on kind of a small street, so I understand why the USPS why we don't have mailboxes just like in front of the houses, and also why they utilize, because even outside of the number that pertains to your house, there's big boxes, like big compartments at the bottom of the mailbox. And so when you have a bigger package that couldn't fit in your specific mailbox, they leave a key to one of the other mailboxes, like basically showing you that you have a package waiting in there. So I'm pretty sure this was in our mailbox, and then I had another package from Amazon that they had put the key for that box in our mailbox so that I can open it up and get our package. So it's really cool because obviously nobody has access to your mail, and you're able to get your package. And then it's cool because the type of key that you get for the, like if you need to get into the mailbox, the bigger mailbox to get a package of yours, the type of key they use or the mechanism that it is that when you put it in, you can't take the key out. So as soon as you use the key and unlock it to get your package and remove your package, it sticks in there. So, and I'm sure they have like whatever key or whatever thing they have to like release it, but it's really cool. So it prevents people from like holding on to the key or trying to copy it or whatever to try to get into the mailboxes at a later date. But I'm so happy because it always feels good to get new books. And let me read this blurb for you guys real quick because I honestly forgot what this book is about. But this says Dominic Salt and his 3 children are caretakers of Shearwater, a tiny island not far from Antarctica. Home to the world's largest seed bank, Shearwater was once full of researchers, but with sea levels rising, the salts are now its final inhabitants. Until during the worst storm the island has ever seen, a woman mysteriously washes ashore. Isolation has taken its toll on the salts, but as they nurse the woman, Rowan, back to strength, it begins to feel like she might just be what they need. Rowan, long accustomed to protecting herself, starts imagining a future where she could belong to someone again. But Rowan isn't telling the whole truth about why she set out for Shearwater. And when she discovers sabotaged radios and a freshly dug grave, she realizes Dominic is keeping his own secrets. As the storms on Shearwater gather force, they must all decide if they can trust one another enough to protect the precious seeds in their care before it's too late, and if they can finally put the tragedies of the past behind them to create something new together. A novel of breathtaking twists, dizzying beauty, and ferocious love, Wild Dark Shore is about the impossible choices we make to protect the people we love, even as the world around us disappears. So I remember why I was so interested in this story. I'm really, because it's giving like a soft thriller, like mystery kind of, like soft thriller. So yeah, I'm really excited that I got my book of the month stuff, and I have my nice bookmark. I'm wondering if, I'm pretty sure all the bookmarks probably have book of the month on them, but I'm hoping and I'm assuming that there's a different quote on the back of each of them or like a different message. But it's so cute how this one says, "Don't leave me here."